G'day guys, Seeney here and welcome to another episode on the Australian Wealth channel. And today I'm revealing something that I've never revealed on this channel before, and that's my current net worth. So guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps to get these videos out to more people. So these are goals that I've reached before 30. And the reason I'm sharing this with you guys for the first time is I'm hoping that this will be able to inspire a few of you guys to hit your current net worth goals. By sharing this, I just want people to see what is possible. I run my own business, I do it all off my own back. I don't have any employees, so it all comes down to my own hard work. I'm hoping that a lot of you guys that are in a similar situation where you either run your own business or you're an employee, you know that you can do this yourself. So what is net worth? So net worth is basically your assets minus your liabilities. Now an asset is something that you own and a liability is something that you owe, such as a mortgage or some kind of credit card debt. So when you take all of the things that you own and then you subtract all of the things that you owe, that gives you your net worth. So we're going to go through stocks, we're going to go through real estate, we're going to add all of my assets up, subtracted by my current liabilities, and then we're going to see where that comes out. So if you like this kind of content, please smash like, share the video. So we are going to start with real estate. Now my fiance and I own two properties. We have our primary place of residence here in Sydney and an investment property in Brisbane so far. In the future, we will be looking to add to this. So you would have seen that in the last year, the real estate market has just gone absolutely crazy. It's just been out of control basically all over the world, and Australia has been no exception. So we've been very fortunate to have purchased these properties prior to the real estate market just going insane. We got in at the perfect time. So we put 20% down on our first property here in Sydney, and we want to be in a really strong financial position. So that was our reasoning behind doing 20% instead of 10%, or currently 5%, which is offered by the government as a first home saver scheme. So it's a 5-bed. Technically you could sell it as a 6-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with raised ceilings, and we absolutely love living here. It's fantastic. So our primary residence cost us $819,000, and now based on comp sales in the area, it's worth $1,010,000. Which is crazy because we didn't buy it that long ago, but that is what other properties that are comparable in the area are going for. So the debt that we have owing on this property at the moment is $567,000. So when you take the amount that the house is worth minus with the liabilities, that gives us a total equity in this property of $443,000. Now, our second property is up in the Redland Bay region of Queensland, which is about 30 minutes away from Brisbane. We bought that one for strong growth because that's an area that's just going to be booming in the next few years because of all the government infrastructure that's going in there. So this property has nearly completed construction. It's a new house that we're building up there. We purchased this particular house for $547,000, and now based on comp sales in the area, it's worth $570,000, which is great because it's only been about a year or so. So on this property, we have debt owing of $492,000. We just put the 10% down for this particular property, which gives us total equity of $78,000. So all in all, the real estate portfolio, so after subtracting debt from equity, we get a figure of $521,000. So now we're going to move on to stocks. So I'll be converting all of my stocks to Australian dollars so that they're in the same currency because I do a lot of investing over in the US. So, just for the sake of simplicity, I'll be converting all that to Australian dollars so it makes sense because all my real estate is in Australian dollars. So in my stock portfolio, I currently hold 6 stocks which are very high conviction plays. These are stocks that I believe are going to do really well over time because they either have great growth or they have the potential to bounce back really big from the last 12 months and everything that's gone on there. So the first stock that I have in my portfolio is Carnival Cruise Lines. Now I own 724 shares of Carnival, which is currently worth about $25,000 or $25,500. So the reason that I bought Carnival was because it was such an amazing opportunity during the pandemic. The share price had been absolutely crushed. So I took full advantage of that reduced price. And as we've seen over time, there's been a lot of share price appreciation. I'll be holding these shares till about $35 a share. So it's slowly on a trajectory towards that. And then once it gets to roughly that spot, that's where my sell point will be. So following on from that, the next one that I have in the portfolio, which is a very high conviction buy, is CRISPR. Now, I own 27.2 shares of CRISPR, which is worth roughly $4,450. Now, the reason that I bought CRISPR is because I think that gene editing is going to be an incredible space in the future. There's so much room for growth. The total addressable market is absolutely massive, and this is a company that is at the forefront of that. They're having massive growth, which is really exciting, obviously, except this last year. But as the world gets more on track, then they'll continue to grow. And I'm very excited about this space and want to be part of that. So my shares in that are worth $4,450. The next company that I own is CrowdStrike. Now, CrowdStrike, for anyone that doesn't know, is a cybersecurity play. They do a lot of cybersecurity and protecting big businesses from attacks and things like that. So I own 21.7 shares in CrowdStrike, and that is currently worth $6,140. The next company after that is Dropbox. Now, Dropbox is a company that I use all the time. I think they're fantastic. They have a great business model. It's very sticky. They're growing revenues more than 10% every year. It's a great company that I love to be a part of. So I currently own 346 shares of Dropbox, and that is worth $11,726. Now, one of my biggest conviction plays is a company that is having massive revenue growth, multi-double digit revenue growth year over year, which is very exciting. They're doing 150 million in revenue this year, approximately. The following year, who knows, it's more likely going to be 280 to 300 million. So it's growing very fast, which is very exciting. And that company is the Tattooed Chef. Now, I own 1,046 shares of the Tattooed Chef, worth a total of $23,543. So that's all my US shares. I have one speculative position on the ASX, which is a small lithium company that's looking to mine lithium in South America. And that company is LPI. It's listed on the ASX. And of course, this one's a really speculative company, so the price of the shares is not very high. So I own 18,582 shares in this particular company, and that is worth roughly $5,200. So when you add up the total portfolio value, it's worth roughly $77,000. So I've talked about real estate, we've talked about stocks. The next one that we're talking about is my current cash position. So it's always really good to have some cash around just in case there's deals and other things like that. I have some of that sitting in our mortgage on our primary place of residence to bring down the interest, but I also keep cash ready to deploy at any time. So we currently have a cash position of $44,000. We also own a lot of equipment for our jobs. Between myself and my fiance, these pieces of equipment would be worth roughly $40,000 to $50,000. And then on top of that, we have our cars, which would probably total roughly $15,000. And adding to that, we have zero credit card debt. So that comes out to a big zero. Of course, if you do have credit card debt, then you're going to have to subtract that. So if we total all this up, what we get is a figure of $707,000. So I was a little surprised after doing a proper addition of everything, because you just forget kind of where things are, but it was really, really great to see that we're currently on track for where we want to be. So let me know if you guys like this video, breaking down finances, and I'd be really keen to hear what your net worth goals are. It's always great to have a goal, something to aim for in the future. Personally, I have a goal to aim for $1 million net worth by the time that we're 32, and that's something that I believe is achievable based on our current trajectory. But of course, you just have to keep working and make it happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It helps to boost us in the YouTube algorithm and get this type of content out to more people. So if you could do that, it'd be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.